Hi, Love Dr. Nikki from Orunum here. We're on the next section of our walk through the tarot, and this video focuses on the court cards in the tarot deck. Page, Knight, King, Queen. The Page is also sometimes known as the Princess, to keep the masculine-feminine cycle going through. Now, the court cards do a lot of times represent people. Like the King of Pentacles usually represents a dark-colored man, older, with dark hair, dark eyes, maybe even dark facial hair. But another thing that they do represent is that they can represent changing facets, especially in your social relationships. Now, looking at the first one, the Pages, or the Princess, here in this deck, the Orunum.com deck, are the Princess of Swords. They went with the feminine princess. And the Princess of Swords, or any of the princesses actually, may be showing opinions held, thoughts or ideas about a situation, either in harmony with or opposed to what you're looking for. It also talks about students, youthful or devoted apprentices, people who are in a learning situation, or messengers. A lot of times the Pages talk about a person coming with messages. That's a pretty solid meaning for them. So your Pages and Princesses, they're the same thing. It's just that different decks give different titles to them. Now the next one we're going to look at is the Knight or the Prince. And here again in the Orunum.com deck we have the Prince of Swords. Now the princes or knights talk about, they almost invariably talk about actual men or women who are coming into your life or who are in contact with you already. They talk about the active masculine male figure. When I see a knight, I usually think of someone who's, more probing, more masculine, more willing to take the steps. And they also can indicate on the contra side that you lack self-confidence or belief in your own ideas. So the princes or knights come with kind of a double message. Then we move on to the queens. Now the queens appear in a reading talking about actual women or men who are connected with you. They're usually a commanding female figure, usually a mature person, one who kind of rules their own little kingdom, whatever that is. And the queens also talk about women of power, and they also talk about women who are a little bit suspectful of others, because she's been around long enough to have the wisdom to not believe everybody just on their face word. And then finally, the last of the court cards within the tarot deck are the kings. And here we have the King of Swords in the Orunum deck. Oh, come on, focus. There we go. Now, the King of Swords, or the Kings, actually talk about the coming on or going off of a matter, the beginning or the ending of a situation. They talk about arrival or departure. They talk about this according to which way the card faces. If one of the kings is talking about arrival, he will probably be looking in towards the other cards of the spread. If you were talking about departure, he's probably looking outside of the spread entirely, because some of the kings do face right and two of the kings do face left. And all those little things are very important indicators when you're doing a reading. The kings, of course, are commanding figures, very masculine figures. Whether the king is representing a man or a woman, it's usually a masculine type figure, someone who's very much in command, and someone who's used to telling others what to do. So that takes us through the court cards. Now, when you have a predominance of the court cards in your tarot spread, it really talks about a lot of society, meeting new people, expanding social circles. And it talks about maybe even getting involved with different people regarding the subject, the reading that they're in. They also represent changes in our own self and in our facets of our personality. So a lot of times when you see a lot of court cards coming into your spread, it's an additional call to go inside to see if maybe there's some house cleaning in here you need to do. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this walk through the court cards. The next video I'll be doing is a walk through the suits, because we do have the 4 suits. And I hope you will join me for that video. And I hope you'll stop by Orionum.com. I'm Love Dr. Nikki, and I'd love to chat with you in free chat. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.